Okay, guys, in this video, I have a consortium of swings here. And as you can see, it's dizzying as you look at them. But, you know, any golf instructor can say, you know, swing your own swing. Everybody's got their own unique swing. You can't use one method to teach golf. You know, golf is, you know, many things. It's, you know, many club positions, many body positions or whatever. But, you know, one thing that golf instruction is missing is the fact that even though we all have different looking swings, okay, the golf club doesn't matter what you look like, okay? It has 9 to 10 different technologies that we have to bring together under one roof, under one method, under one simultaneous move to help us to employ those technologies to give us consistency and distance. Okay, so when you look at these swings, let me run this one more time. These are all the downswings, and no doubt they look different. But what we have to pick out is, what are the similarities that each of these swings have? Is there a method that can glue together the golf swing, okay, and in gluing the golf swing together under one method, can that method now adapt to everyone's anatomy? So each golf swing will look different, but it's under the same method. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's take a closer look. So on the downswing, notice what happens. See how the club drops behind this golfer? See how the club is dropping behind him? Okay, he's not coming over the top. Notice how he's more centered over the ball as he's dropping the club, and then he hits through. Okay, that's one way to look at it. Look at this golfer. Now he's got a little more backswing, but he's still centered. Okay, as he comes down, see how he drops the club from behind him, right there. Okay, so again, the similarities are now starting to kick in. These guys are dropping the club's free falling behind them. They're not coming over the top. And because they're not coming over the top, that means they're not twisting, loading, and swaying and getting too much weight on the right leg, so they would be forced to come over the top. They're not forced to come over the top because they're more centered. So now the club can drop behind them, see, as they hit through the ball. Now, the reason why the swings look different is because their anatomies are different. But the anatomies are plugging into the same method. The method that controls how the golf club works. Okay, so let's keep going here. So here we have a golfer a little more upright, dropping the club behind him, staying centered, moving through the ball. Okay, let's look at another golfer. Now, he's staying centered. Now, he's laying his club off a little bit more. Okay, that's fine. His wrist is probably a little bit flatter. Okay, that's great. But he's still what? He's still dropping the club behind him, moving through the ball. You see, same method. This golfer here, a little more upright, a little more traditional, comes down, drops the club behind him right here, hits through the ball. Okay, let's take a look at a few more. Dustin Johnson. Now, Dustin has a very bowed left wrist. Now, Dustin might have a bowed left wrist because maybe his left wrist is more flexible than a lot of other golfers. Okay, but he's centered. Comes down, drops the club behind him. Okay, moves through the ball. Same thing with John Rahm. John Rahm here, bowed left wrist, doesn't go as high as Justin on the backswing, but guess what? He's centered. He moves down through the ball, hits through the ball, and that's his swing. Justin Thomas, a little more upright, a little more vertical. But Justin is centered, drops the club moves from the inside, he drops the club from behind him, hits through the ball. Okay, so these are the similarities. And I think you know what I'm talking about now. They're all centered, they all have resistance, they can all move the club down through the ball. Okay, that's what happens. Bryson DeChambeau. Right here, centered, comes down, drops the club behind him, hits through the ball. Okay, so they're all in the same process. Hideki Matsuyama drops the club. He actually pauses at the top for a second, but now he drops the club from the inside. Club drops behind him, he hits through the ball. Head stays back. So again, it's all the same method. Different looking swings, but the same method. Okay, what's your method? Well, your method needs to be 2-6. Now, what's your swing? What's your anatomy? Say, well, let 2-6 mold that Let 2-6 mold your anatomy so you can have what? So you can have your own unique swing like these guys as they hit through the ball. Okay, hope this helps. Hope this helps. I'll talk to you soon. Now, for those of you who are not a part of my free 2-6 masterclass workshop, okay, I'm doing an all-new version of that coming out here probably in the fall of 2020, spring 2021. Gonna go do some updates on it, but join the free masterclass workshop, understand how the method works, and then have it mold to your anatomy. Just click the link above, put your name and email address in, join me, and we'll get you started, and you'll have a lot more fun in golf. Okay, talk to you soon.